Japanese police this morning are investigating death threats against United States Ambassador Caroline Kennedy. The American embassy in Tokyo received threatening phone calls last month.
Reports of the threat surfaced hours before First Lady Michelle Obama arrived in Japan this morning. This is her very first visit to that country. Seth Doane is tracking the investigation from Beijing. Seth, good morning.
Good morning. Right now, the U.S. Embassy in Tokyo is not saying much more other than that as a matter of policy, they will not discuss the ambassador's security.
Good morning.
Japanese media is reporting those phone calls were made to the U.S. Embassy last month and that the caller was speaking English. U.S. Ambassador Caroline Kennedy is quite high profile, of course, as the daughter of former U.S. President John F. Kennedy. The death threats targeting Ambassador Kennedy are reportedly similar to threats made against U.S. Consul General Alfred Magleby, who's based on the southern Japanese island of Okinawa. Protests regularly pop up in Okinawa over the location of U.S. military bases and the presence of American troops stationed there. Okinawa is home to roughly half of the 50,000 U.S. troops based in Japan. The protests are nearly constant but are peaceful, with no suggestion of violence.
I'm bleeding here. I'm bleeding here.
But earlier this month, the U.S. ambassador to South Korea, Mark Lippert, was knifed in the face and arm by an anti-U.S. activist. The ambassador received 80 stitches to close the wound on his face. His attacker had been screaming about Korean unification.
When we have traveled with Ambassador Kennedy, we've seen her mixing freely with crowds with relatively unobtrusive security. While First Lady Michelle Obama is in Tokyo, she will be traveling to the U.S. Embassy and is expected to meet with Ambassador Kennedy. Jeff?
All right, Seth Doane in Beijing. Thank you.